Chosen one, why do your finances seem like a constant burden in your life while you watch others prosper with ease? It doesn't make sense, does it? You, who have such a clear mission, a devoted soul, and a heart that only desires to serve others, find yourself trapped by financial difficulties. The pain is real, and with each passing day, this feeling of injustice grows. After all, why would God allow you, who walk so faithfully, to struggle so much just to survive? But listen closely, there is a reason for this. And that reason is not what the world tells you. It's all part of a plan that, when revealed, will transform the way you see your life. Have you ever felt that something bigger is happening, even when you can't understand it? There are nights when financial anxiety consumes your mind, and the future seems uncertain, even with your unwavering faith. You wonder if you're doing something wrong, if you're not being faithful enough, if maybe God has forgotten you. But let me tell you something that might change your perspective. The fact that you're struggling financially is not a punishment. It doesn't mean you're doing something wrong. On the contrary, it's a confirmation. This is God shaping you in a way that the world cannot understand, but soon, it will become clear to you. The truth is, as a chosen one, you cannot follow the same path as everyone else. While the world teaches that material prosperity is the sign of success, you are being called to something much deeper. The financial difficulties you're going through are part of a divine journey, proof that you're being prepared for something much greater. God is removing all distractions, forcing you to depend solely on Him, so that when true prosperity comes, it will be solid, unshakable. He is testing your heart, your resilience, and your ability to trust. I know this is hard to hear, especially when the bills are piling up and the future looks uncertain. But have you ever stopped to think that God may be protecting you from something bigger? What if, in the midst of this struggle, He is shielding you from dangers you can't yet see? Premature riches can destroy souls that have not been fully shaped. In His wisdom, God is delaying this prosperity so that when it comes, you will be ready. The financial struggle at this moment is not a sign of failure, but of preparation for something much greater than you imagine. And here's the hardest truth to accept: your financial battle is not a defeat but a training ground. God is refining you, like gold in the fire, so that when you finally reach the abundance He has reserved for you, you will not just be a consumer but a steward of His blessings. Scarcity is teaching lessons that prosperity could never teach. You are being prepared, and every struggle, every hardship, every sleepless night thinking about how to pay the bills, is part of a bigger plan. A plan that, in the end, will make everything make sense. You might be wondering, but why me, as a chosen one, do I have to go through all of this? If I've been called by God for such a grand purpose, why do my finances always seem to be on the brink of collapse? The answer, though difficult to accept at first, is that God is preparing you for something that goes far beyond money. The riches He has for you cannot be measured in numbers or material goods. What you are experiencing now is a process of purification. He is removing everything that could hinder your divine mission. The lack of financial resources is a constant reminder that you must rely solely on Him, not on the things of this world. He is teaching you to depend on Him in every aspect of your life, including financially. For the chosen one, the trials are always more intense because the calling is greater. You are set apart for something extraordinary, and financial difficulties are part of this process. As a chosen one, you are called to a different path, and this means that your financial journey will also be unique. You may observe people around you who do not share the same purpose, prosper financially with ease, and this can create feelings of frustration. However, what God is doing in your life goes beyond immediate prosperity. He is shaping your spirit, teaching you to depend entirely on Him. Those who do not have the same calling may settle for quick material prosperity, but you are being prepared for something much deeper. Your financial scarcity is forcing you to look beyond the visible, to develop a faith that transcends circumstances. God is removing the dependence on earthly riches so that you learn to walk by faith, not by sight. This is the path of the chosen ones, a journey where each difficulty is a step closer to your true mission. One of the reasons you are going through this financial test is so that God can reveal the true integrity of your heart. Money has a powerful way of exposing who we are inside, and this is a test that few understand. When riches are lacking, that's when your intentions become clear, and that's when God begins to probe your heart. He wants to know, are you serving me or serving money? It's a deep and transformative question that every chosen one must answer in their spirit. When money becomes scarce, the temptation to seek easy solutions or shift focus from your divine purpose is great. But you are being called to stand firm, to keep your unwavering faith in God. The chosen one knows that their loyalty must be to God above any material gain. The financial scarcity at this moment is cleansing your heart of any desire to place riches above your divine calling, and God is refining you. Chosen one, understand that the prosperity you long for will only come when God knows you are ready to handle it the right way. Spiritual maturity always precedes material blessings, and this principle is unchanging. God will not release wealth into your life if He knows it could corrupt you or lead you away from the path He has set for you. The time you are living in now is a period of formation. God is shaping not just your abilities but also your character, so that you become a good steward of future blessings. You are not just being prepared to receive wealth, you are being prepared to use this wealth wisely, to fulfill God's purpose and to impact lives around you. True prosperity will only come when you are ready to be a channel of blessings, not just a consumer of divine resources. Look at your life as a season of preparation. You are not simply being challenged by financial difficulties, you are being trained for something much greater than just having money in the bank. Just as David had to shepherd sheep before becoming king, just as Joseph went through prison before being exalted beside Pharaoh, you are also being prepared for a grand role. The financial difficulties you're going through are part of this divine training. God is shaping you into a leader, someone who will not be corrupted by the power of money but will understand that wealth is just a tool to fulfill His purpose. When you finally reach prosperity, it will not come just as a temporary relief, but as confirmation that you are ready to use everything God gives you with wisdom and discernment. This is the destiny of the chosen ones. As a chosen one of God, your financial journey is different because it is tied to a divine plan that goes far beyond money. The financial difficulties you face are not accidents or punishments but God's tools to shape your character and refine your faith. Chosen ones face battles the world cannot understand because their purpose is greater. God is preparing you for something that requires a pure heart and absolute trust in Him. The riches to come must be used wisely, and for this, God is teaching you through scarcity to value what truly matters. You are being trained to manage what is to come with responsibility. Chosen ones have a journey marked by challenges that many cannot comprehend. Financial difficulties are just one of the many ways God tests His children. While the world values wealth accumulation and material security, God is showing the chosen ones that the true treasure lies in total dependence on Him. With every financial obstacle, He is refining your faith, removing any trace of self-reliance. You may not see it yet, but this phase of struggle is building in you a solid foundation, so that when material blessings come, you will know exactly how to use them to advance the divine purpose. It is not uncommon for the chosen ones to go through periods of scarcity before stepping into their promises. The lack of money could be a sign that God is redirecting you towards something greater. He is calling you back to His purpose, to what truly matters. Perhaps, without realizing it, you have strayed, focusing on accumulating possessions or achieving financial goals that were not aligned with the divine plan. And now, God is using this scarcity to make you reflect, so that you see your true mission is greater than any material wealth. Chosen ones are called to live for an eternal purpose, not for temporary accumulation. One of the characteristics of the chosen ones is knowing that God's timing does not follow the human schedule. You may be wondering why the financial blessings haven't arrived yet, but God is orchestrating everything behind the scenes. Every detail, every connection, and every door that is still closed, He is aligning for the right moment. The chosen ones need to trust that even when they don't see progress, God is working to prepare the perfect stage. Your financial struggle is not the end of the story, it is just a phase where your patience and faith are being shaped. Chosen ones are forged in the fire of waiting so that they are ready to receive the abundance that is to come. Chosen ones live by faith, not by what they can see or touch. When you look around and see the financial difficulties you face, it's easy to lose hope. But remember, God is teaching you to walk by faith, to trust Him even when everything around you seems to be falling apart. This is the essence of the life of the chosen ones, unshakable faith that doesn't depend on circumstances, but on the certainty that God is faithful. What you are facing today is temporary, but the faith being built in you is eternal. The confidence that the chosen ones have in God is what keeps them steadfast, knowing that at the right time, everything will be provided according to the divine plan. Before continuing, if you feel that you are on a lonely and sometimes challenging journey as a chosen one, our ebook may be a valuable resource for you. In it, you will find guidance and insights that will help illuminate your path and better understand your unique experiences and gifts. Additionally, you will have access to our exclusive Discord community. This group is a space where many, who may feel alone or misunderstood, have already found support, understanding, and affection. It is a place to share, learn, and grow together, where your unique experiences are valued, and your progress is celebrated. Imagine being part of a community that truly understands and supports who you are. Take a look at the first pinned comment here on the video and join this group. For the chosen ones, every phase of financial scarcity is an opportunity for spiritual growth. While the world sees a lack of money as a sign of failure, the chosen ones understand that God is working invisibly, shaping their lives for something much greater. These financial trials are not just tests, they are fundamental parts of a refining process that is preparing you to handle great blessings in the future. God doesn't just want you to have wealth, He wants you to know how to use it in a way that blesses others and advances His kingdom. Chosen ones face greater battles because the purpose they carry is immeasurable. One of the reasons chosen ones face financial difficulties is so they can learn to place their trust fully in God, not in temporary riches. Scarcity forces you to rely on what is eternal, to understand that true sustenance comes from God. Often, money can become an idol, something people place their security in. But for the chosen ones, God wants the focus to be on Him. When everything seems lacking, you realize that God is the only true source of provision. This is the secret the chosen ones need to learn, that with God by your side, you already have everything you need. Integrity is one of the virtues that God desires to form in the chosen ones through financial difficulties. It's easy to be faithful when everything is going well, when there is no lack and resources are abundant. But the true test of character arises when money is not flowing as expected. God wants to know if you will stand firm in your principles and convictions even when scarcity knocks at your door. The chosen ones are called to demonstrate unwavering faithfulness, showing the world that their trust is not in the riches of this world but in the God who sustains them in all situations. Many times, the chosen ones may think that financial blessing is taking too long to arrive, but God is waiting for spiritual maturity to precede material prosperity. Before entrusting great riches to the chosen ones, He wants to ensure that their hearts are prepared to handle these blessings responsibly. Premature wealth can become a burden for those who are not ready, but God is shaping you to be a good steward. The phase of scarcity you face today is, in fact, loving protection, so that when prosperity arrives, you will be fully equipped to use it with wisdom and purpose. Every financial difficulty the chosen ones face is, in essence, an opportunity to draw closer to God. Trials have the power to lead us to a place of greater intimacy with Him, a place where we depend on Him not just for the big things but also for the small. God is teaching you, through this journey, that He is your provider in all areas. The chosen ones learn to live with a heart focused on the eternal, knowing that money is just a tool that God places in their hands to fulfill His purpose. Trust in God, not in riches, is the true secret to the prosperity of the chosen ones. The preparation phase the chosen ones go through is often misunderstood by those who do not have the same calling. The world sees a lack of money as a weakness or incapacity, but for the chosen ones, this scarcity has a deeper spiritual meaning. God is preparing you for something greater, something that goes beyond material wealth. He is shaping your soul so that when the blessings finally arrive, you will be spiritually ready to handle them. Prosperity, for the chosen ones, is not an end in itself but a tool to fulfill the purpose that God has placed in their lives. And every stage of difficulty is preparing you for this. The financial struggle of the chosen ones is one of the ways God protects them from falling into the traps that money can bring. Many, when they reach riches without being spiritually prepared, end up lost in pride, greed, or materialism. God, in His infinite wisdom, delays the prosperity of the chosen ones so that, when it arrives, they will be protected from these temptations. Money itself is not the problem, but rather what it can do to an unprepared soul. The chosen ones are called to be examples of integrity, showing the world that it is possible to prosper without straying from God's path. When financial difficulties arise, it is common for the chosen ones to feel discouraged, especially when they see others around them prospering with little effort. But this comparison is misleading. God has a specific plan for each of His chosen ones, and the difficulties you face now are essential parts of that plan. He is training you to handle the blessings that are to come in a way that honors His name. For the chosen ones, riches are not the ultimate goal but tools to fulfill God's will. When you fully understand this, scarcity will no longer be seen as an obstacle but as a stepping stone to your mission. The chosen ones are constantly called to realign their focus, and often, financial difficulties are God's way of redirecting their priorities. Sometimes, in the pursuit of prosperity, even the chosen ones can lose sight of what really matters. God allows moments of scarcity to bring His people back to their true purpose, which is to serve Him and not money. When material possessions become the primary goal, the chosen ones lose the sense of their mission. But through these financial trials, God is purifying their intentions, ensuring that their hearts are fully aligned with His. Chosen ones, remember, the financial struggle you face now is temporary, but what is being formed in you is eternal. God is using this phase of scarcity to develop in you unshakable faith, a trust that does not depend on circumstances. He is removing everything that could distract you from your divine mission. When the riches come, and they will come, you will be ready to use them wisely without being corrupted by them. This is the ultimate purpose of the trials you are facing, to form in you a pure, integral heart that is completely dependent on God, not on riches. The financial changes that the chosen ones go through are often signs that God is doing a deep work in their lives. Scarcity is a time of revelation and learning, where each chosen one is called to trust more in God and less in their own strength. When the money is not enough, we are forced to draw closer to Him, seeking not only provision but also understanding. God is teaching the chosen ones that true sustenance does not come from the bank account but from His hand. Every financial difficulty is an opportunity to strengthen that dependence and build a faith that will withstand the storms. There is something powerful that God is doing in the midst of your financial difficulties. He is teaching you to live by faith and not by what you see. For the chosen ones, this is crucial. The world places value on material possessions, but the chosen ones learn that true value lies in the faith they have in God. Sometimes, when everything seems to be lacking, God is showing that the true wealth is in His presence and His provision. This lesson is one of the hardest, but also one of the most valuable. The chosen ones are not measured by what they have, but by how much they trust God to supply all their needs. God is preparing you for something greater than just wealth. He is shaping your character through every financial challenge you face. For the chosen ones, material wealth is just one part of the plan, but the greater purpose is spiritual growth. God is teaching you to be a faithful steward, someone who not only receives but uses the resources He gives to make a difference in the world. Every struggle is a lesson, every trial is training. You are being prepared for something that money alone cannot buy, a heart aligned with the divine purpose. When financial scarcity seems to persist, the chosen ones may feel tempted to give up. But it is precisely at this moment that God is closest, watching how you respond to the challenges. Your faithfulness is being tested, and God is waiting for you to demonstrate that your trust is not in riches but in Him. He wants to see if, even in scarcity, you remain steadfast in your faith, without losing focus. The chosen ones are called to maintain their integrity regardless of the circumstances. This is the kind of character God seeks, someone who is unshakable, whether in abundance or lack. God is teaching you the lesson of stewardship through every financial difficulty. As a chosen one, you need to learn to value and manage well the resources He places in your hands. If you are not faithful with little, how will you be faithful with much? This is a lesson that all chosen ones must learn. Scarcity, at this moment, is God's way of ensuring that when prosperity comes, you will be ready to use it wisely. He wants you to understand that true wealth is not in how much you accumulate but in how you use what He gives you to fulfill your purpose. The chosen ones need to understand that financial difficulties are not permanent but are part of a cycle of growth. God is preparing you to handle great responsibilities, and the scarcity you face today is just a phase. He is shaping your vision of what really matters and ensuring that when material blessings arrive, you will be ready to use them with wisdom and discernment. The prosperity of the chosen ones is not just for personal benefit but to serve a greater purpose, to impact lives and fulfill God's will. All of this is part of the divine plan. The lives of the chosen ones are full of moments when things don't make sense at first glance. Why are you, who have dedicated yourself so much, still facing these financial challenges? The answer lies in the divine process that God is carrying out in your life. He is teaching you to trust fully in Him, to seek first the kingdom of God, and know that all other things will be added at the right time. The lack of money may be distressing, but it is also an opportunity to grow spiritually and learn to depend on God for everything. Chosen ones learn, by faith, that God never fails. God is using every financial challenge you face as an opportunity to shape you. He is training you to be a leader, someone who is not shaken by circumstances. For the chosen ones, true prosperity begins with a heart that understands that everything belongs to God. When you wisely manage the little you have, God prepares you to manage much more. The way you handle scarcity now determines how you will handle abundance in the future. The chosen ones are called to live with a deep sense of purpose, knowing that every resource God places in their hands has eternal significance. As a chosen one, you are on a path that demands more from you but also promises much more in return. The financial struggle you face now is teaching you lessons that those around you may never understand. God is preparing you for a level of prosperity that goes beyond what the world can offer. He wants you to be someone who doesn't just seek wealth but understands the value of spiritual blessings. Every financial challenge is a chance to draw closer to God, to learn to trust Him in all circumstances. And when abundance comes, you will be ready. Always remember that as a chosen one, you are not alone on this journey. God is with you every step of the way, in every difficulty, in every moment of doubt. He knows the desires of your heart and the needs you have. He will not leave you forsaken. The financial journey of the chosen ones is unique because their purpose is unique. God is using every struggle to prepare you for something greater, something that goes beyond money. The chosen ones know that in the end, what matters is not how much you have, but how faithful you remain to the purpose God gave you. And that faithfulness will be rewarded at the right time. The waiting time is always challenging for the chosen ones, especially when financial difficulties seem endless. But what many don't realize is that God is working behind the scenes, adjusting every detail. He is using this phase of scarcity to strengthen your patience and resilience. You are being prepared to receive something far beyond what you can imagine. The chosen ones need to be molded before they reach what God has prepared for them. And scarcity, though painful, is one of the methods God uses to ensure that you are ready for the abundance that is to come. Many of the great men and women that God has used throughout history went through periods of deep scarcity before being elevated. David shepherded sheep before becoming king. Joseph was sold as a slave and then imprisoned before becoming governor of Egypt. For the chosen ones, the preparation phase is essential, and financial difficulties are part of this process. God is ensuring that when prosperity comes, you will be spiritually mature enough to handle it. Every obstacle is an opportunity to grow, and every financial challenge is forging a leader who will be a blessing to many. It is important to remember that the chosen ones have a greater responsibility. God does not release resources to those who are not yet ready to use them wisely. He is training you now, so that when the blessings come, you will know how to manage each resource with discernment. The lack of money is not a sign of failure but of preparation. The chosen ones are called to greater stewardship because their lives are not just about accumulating wealth but about making a difference in the world. Every financial battle you face now is preparing you to be a channel of blessings. God is always in control, even when the chosen ones cannot see how things will work out. Faith is one of the greatest weapons you have, and that is exactly what is being strengthened now. When everything seems uncertain, God calls you to trust Him even more. He is building something in you that will be unshakable. What the chosen ones face today are only temporary tests, but what God is preparing is eternal. Your financial struggle is just a stage in a much bigger plan, and this stage is leading you toward the abundance that God has already prepared. The chosen ones often feel tempted to compare their lives to those of others who do not face the same financial challenges. However, the calling of the chosen ones is different, and so their trials are more intense. God is setting them apart for something unique and greater, and the promised abundance will come in His perfect timing. Every financial difficulty they face is part of a refinement and preparation for what is to come, ensuring that they are ready to receive the blessings when the doors open. During financial difficulties, God is teaching lessons that immediate prosperity could not provide. He is shaping the hearts of the chosen ones, removing dependency on material things and preparing them for true abundance aligned with the divine purpose. Financial scarcity is only the beginning of something greater and serves to strengthen faith and perseverance. When prosperity comes, the chosen ones will have a powerful testimony to share, showing that the trust and effort were worth it. The journey of the chosen ones is full of trials that others do not understand because it involves a special mission that requires spiritual preparation. God is refining the faith, patience, and character of the chosen ones so that when prosperity arrives, it will be used to advance His kingdom. Money is just a tool, and the chosen ones know that true trust is in God. He knows your needs and ensures that financial battles are part of a larger plan of purpose and abundance. If you felt touched by this message, make sure to subscribe to the channel, as this will help YouTube deliver these videos to many more people. Don't forget to also leave your like on the button below and activate notifications so that you don't miss any of the next videos we've lovingly prepared for God's chosen ones. Don't miss the opportunity to be part of our exclusive Discord community by getting our ebook through the link pinned in the first comment. I'm sure it will be a valuable resource for you. It will not only bring clarity about your mission and unique gifts but also give you access to connect with other chosen ones who will welcome and support you. Don't miss being part of this environment. This is a crucial moment, and together we can impact many lives. Choose to be part of this mission. Share this video with someone who needs this word of encouragement. And leave your comments below. We want to know how this message spoke to you. A special thanks to everyone who supports our channel. If you wish to help us continue producing content, you can support us through Buy Me a Coffee. The link is also in the pinned comment. And before you go, don't forget to watch the video we recommended here on the screen or the playlist The Secrets of the Chosen Ones. Each video was made with you in mind, to help you continue growing spiritually. Thank you for being with us. May God bless you abundantly, and remember, your journey is just beginning, and the best is yet to come.